So it finishes Forest 0, Morato 2. Welcome to the player ratings. Hi guys, and welcome to the player ratings, where I tried just to walk it off for a minute. Sorry I'm late, but I can't get over that second goal. I really can't. Do me a favor, please make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new. Check out the sponsors, OK Jerseys. You can get your football tops for £15. Use code FFTV for a further 8% off. And let me know if you're watching this later in the comments. Would you sell Morato tonight? I guess is my only question. Let's be real here, right? We were rubbish, absolute rubbish in the first 20 to 30 minutes. Brighton should have been 4-0 up. I don't know how they didn't score the goals they scored. And then we came back into the game, and then we decide to 45 minutes. We don't play past 45 minutes. Injury time doesn't count. Doesn't count for Forest. I can blame 4 players for that. I put a lot of the blame on Sangare. He let Welbeck go. Morato was completely out of position, forcing Milenkovic to move across, forcing a big hole between Savona, who should have got across as well. And it would just look like, but I know Bonnie Blue's been banned from the City ground, but it looked like she was there in the penalty box, spread wide open. And it's just so annoying, because I think we played really well in the second half. Now, Brighton weren't showing the intensity or the quick passes they were doing from the first half, but it's just, what the hell, man? Honestly, I'm so annoyed. I felt like we weren't going to score, though. It was one of those games where whatever we created just felt like it wouldn't go in. Hold on, why is this doing some weird laggy thing? 1 second, guys. I don't know. Is that hello? Is there any lip sync? I don't know. But anyway, it just felt like we wouldn't score. And then if I speak on that Morato's or Brighton's second goal, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my crap. Not only does he not have the ability to head it back to Sells, he then gets there and back heels it to the Brighton player. Like, what are you doing, you absolute donkey, man? If they make a new Shrek and Eddie Murphy can't do the voiceover for Donkey, Morato for me would be the perfect replacement for him. He really would. Anyway, let's get into the player ratings. You guys make sure you've scored it up as well. The link's in there. I just can't with that guy. I really can't. I thought Sells was pretty damn good today, if I'm being honest with you. I thought he made some key saves. I'm going to say I think he could have saved the first one. He didn't make himself wide enough. He was too narrow. He kind of dove in that way instead of spreading out his legs a bit or something. Outside of that, and that is, I'm not saying he should have saved it. I'm saying he could have saved it. It's a big difference. But I thought in general he looked normal Sells to me. I mean, what could he do with that second one? Nothing. That's all on Morato. So I'm gonna give Sells. I know it might sound weird, but I'm giving him a 7. I thought he was all right today. Let's see what you guys did. A 6. I understand it. He conceded 2 at the end of the day, but I blame one Brazilian bellend for those personally. But anyway, let's move on to Savona. He was okay. I think he was good going forward on the overlap. He was creating a lot of overlaps in the first half when we got ourselves back into the game. I think some responsibility has to go to him on the goal. The gap between him and Milenkovic was way too big. If you look at it, he actually looks over his shoulder up the pitch first to see where the Brighton player is, rather than focusing on where the immediate danger was, which was in the box. So I'm going to give him a 5, I think, out of 10. You guys have gone a 5.4. A better team would have beat us 4 or 5. Yeah, I agree, Owen. I agree. We were lucky to get into halftime 1-0 down, but we were also stupid to get into halftime at 1-0 down. We really were. I knew we just couldn't put a run together. This is such typical Forest, man. It really is. Milenkovic, for me, I thought was fine. I mean, the poor guy was playing centre back by himself. I do put a little bit. I don't know if I can or can't. I don't know what you guys think. Can I put a little bit of blame on him? Did he come across too much to cover for Morato, or did he have to? Solid apart from that moment, but I don't know what he could have or should have or couldn't have done. So I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. You guys have gone 5.7 with Morato. Do me a favor, guys. Please do get those likes up. Make sure you're subscribed as well. And let's talk about Donkey, man. Shrek and Donkey. Look, I can't. He was so crap against Arsenal at left back. And then suddenly he found some form at centre back. I was like, you know what? He's not looking like bad backup to Murillo. I even said it on the preview. I was like, look, if Murillo don't start, you got Morato. So I don't blame Sean Dyche for selecting Morato. I do blame Sean Dyche for not bringing Murillo off 10 minutes earlier in the Malmo game when we were comfortable, because he wouldn't have got injured, butterfly effect and all that stuff. And if Murillo was playing that game, we don't concede those 2 donkey goals. That's facts. That's facts. I dare anyone to argue any differently. Does anyone think if Murillo was on that pitch, we concede those 2 goals? Because I don't think we do. I just, overall, in general, he was okay in patches, but my God, those mistakes were so bad that they're unforgivable. They're unforgivable, man. You cannot call yourself a professional footballer. And there was another one where he tried to head it back to Sells, and no, he tried to flick it back and he missed it, and they should have scored from that in the second half, and Sells had to do a double save on it. I'm sorry, man. The more I think about him, the more he's annoying me. I'm giving him a 0. It's not often players get 0s, but those mistakes are absolutely criminal, man. Criminal. Like, he's got bare tattoos, man. He should now add 2 teardrop tattoos because murder was committed on that pitch today. It really was. I'm giving him a 0. Let's see what you guys gave him. Ben says, never compare Morato to Bonnie Blue. He's just effed 30,000 people in 90 minutes. That's actually quite funny for you. That's actually quite funny for you. Let's see what you guys gave him. Oh my God. That can't be right. Nah, you guys gave him a 5. Can you rate negatively? Now, please tell me your scores in the chat. There's got to be a mistake. There's not enough trolls under the sun who could have scored him that highly. You gave him a 0. Ben, you gave him a 3. Dave gave him an 8. 4. What the actual says, Big Mark. I gave him a 1. There's corruption going on in this voting system. I think the 5 Brighton fans must have popped in and scored him a 10. Bro, that wouldn't be enough. How many votes have there been? There's been over 150 votes. Like, the 2 whole Brighton fans would maybe make a 0.1 difference. I don't even want to do this anymore. So you're all claiming 1s, 2s, and 3s. I think that's all 1, 4 in there. Like, make it make sense. I don't want to see his ugly face, man. He can fuck off, man. I'm done looking at him. Nico Williams. I thought that was probably Nico Williams' worst game this season. I didn't think he had it. I thought Minte absolutely cooked him for the first 30 minutes. He didn't know if Minte was going inside, outside. He was almost guessing, and he was guessing wrong every time. I actually thought that was a really poor performance by Nico Williams' standards, and his standards are high. Little better in the second half, but I don't even think he really added much going forward on that left-hand side. Again, it really annoys me, not Nico Williams. We got freaking wafer thin booked in the first half. And him and Hutchinson in the second half, where's the press on him to force him into a tackle, to take him on the outside, double up on him and all that? Yvonne, you gave Morato an 8. Like, for real? I thought Nico Williams wasn't great today. By his standards, he was no crapper than some of the other crap there, right? But I'm gonna give him a 5. And I think I'm being generous. It's probably a 4, but I just like him. Let's see what you guys did. 5.7. I think that is over generous, guys. I think 5 is like the max for me today. I gave Nico an 8. No, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. 8's high. Nico got an 8. He was mid, and seeing as he's been good beforehand, it makes me go harsher because I expect more of him. That is my boat of thinking with quality players, and he is a quality player. So I hear that. Okay, let's move on. I mean, Nico Williams doesn't deserve any criticism because he's been so good for so long. Sangare, I didn't think he was that good today. Where is he? I didn't think he was that good. I don't think he was that influential. There was a period when we started to take control of the first half, it was because him and Anderson had woken up a little bit. I didn't really enjoy his performance too much today. I'll be honest with you. I do put partial blame of the first goal on him. He just ended up a bit like Morato in no man's land, marking no one and just marking air. I think he should have run with whoever it was that run into the box. So I don't think he had a good game. And I probably would have replaced him for Yates a bit earlier. I went with a 6, but I should have stayed with my first choice of 5. He wasn't that bad at 6. I don't think he controlled the game. You know, when Sangare is having a good game is when he's controlling and dictating the tempo and the play and everything. There were patches within that game where I thought he was decent. But in general, Forest played better when him and Anderson controlled the midfield. Oh yeah, Yates was no better, don't get me wrong, but whatever. I'm going to give him a 5. He's a 5 for me. Wow, you guys scored him higher than me. He ran the midfield for like 30 to 40 minutes, a 7. I don't feel he really ran that midfield. Maybe in the early part of the second half, but again, he just looked tired when he was coming off as well. Anyway, but this is why we have this, so you guys can get your votes and your opinions and everything else. Okay, Anderson. As well with Anderson, I thought he had a really bad first half. I don't think his passes were on it at all. I thought he was overplaying and holding on to the ball too much in that first half. He got better in the second half, and that's probably one of the reasons we started to play better. I just don't think he was influential. How did Morato? Why did he back heel? Every time I close my eyes, I see that back heel, man. Anyway, I'll give him a 6. Again, he's one I hold like Nico Williams to a higher standards for me personally. Anderson for me was best player on the field, an 8. I thought half the Brighton players were better than any of our players today. Anyway, let's see what you guys did. You went nearly a 7, 6.8. Now that defeat's really vexed me, I can't lie. Gibbs White, I actually thought he was all right today. The odd flick and trick, but nothing too crazy. His shooting is so bad though. His shooting is so bad. They just got to put it on his head. They just got to put it on his head. I thought his general play was a solid 7 today. I don't have too many complaints apart from his shooting. You could argue if he could shoot, we would have been in the lead. He has a chance in the first. He should have played a better pass to Igor Jesus in the first half as well. He just can't shoot, man. He can't shoot. I'm gonna give him a 7 though. I thought he did enough to get a 7. You guys are gone to 6. There's oh god, Ndoye. I actually forgot he was playing. And I wish I could continue that thought process with him. Where is he? I can't even find him. There he is. I don't know. And don't. That's good, Keith, especially for you. So many times I said I've not seen anything from him this season that you lot have been glazing. And I keep getting told he's defensively very good. He's a fucking winger. I don't care if he's defensively very good. I want my winger to make their defenders have to defend. I don't want their fullbacks making my wingers defend. Like, let me put it this way, okay? Compare his impact to the first his 45 minutes, compare it to the first 5 minutes of Hutchinson, who drove at defenders. He weaved in, he weaved out. He was getting crosses in with pace, in swingers. There was chances to be created there. He was taking them on. Ndoye doesn't take players on, and when he did, he couldn't get past him. I don't know what he does. If you lot think he's so good at defense, and play him at right back, then just play him at right back. I'm not seeing it with him. I'm not seeing it with him. He wasn't very good defensively in the first 20 minutes. So you're telling me he wasn't even good defensive. So what was he good at? I actually think he's crap. Yeah, he left Savannah alone as well, Brucey. I think I'm giving him a 2. Like Stinker and Hooked at half time, man. Like what or who has Hutchinson annoyed so much that the guy who's been omitted from the Europa League squad can't even get games in games where he's eligible, and then he comes on and he cooks, man. I don't get it. I just don't get what Hutchinson has done. I'm gonna message his brother later and say, like, you lot need to do a hunger protest or something. He was good at taking years off you. He took about 5 off me today, Keith. I can't lie. Anyway, I'm giving him a 2. I don't really want to see him. And if you're going to start him, play him on the left, man. Stop playing him on the right. 3.8. Bloody hell. Maybe I am harsh. Maybe I am harsh. Hutchinson and Backward would be ideal. I agree. I didn't think Callum Hudson-Odoi was that good either. Now, Dominguez got Stinker and Hooked at half time, but I actually didn't think he was that bad. I think he created a couple of chances, and he looked like more of a winger than Ndoye did for me. I wouldn't have Stinker and Hooked him at half time. I would have definitely Stinker and Hooked Ndoye after 5 minutes. I thought Dominguez actually played quite well. And in the first half, him, Igor Jesus, and probably Gibbs White were the only real 3 players that looked like they had half a brain cell. Now, I'm not saying he was Lionel Messi out there or anything like that, but I thought he was okay. He's a 6 for me. He's a 6. Let's see what you guys did. You gave him a 5. I mean, you lot have got Dominguez agendas. I hear it. And then Jesus. I actually thought Jesus was excellent today. I thought he was like pressing on his own, which is kind of counterproductive because you just leave a hole. But anyway, he wasn't coming as deep for the ball, although one time he picked it up from the CDM position, which was a bit funny. He should have scored. But I just thought his all-round play, he was involved. Now, when Callum Owendo came on, honestly, I didn't really notice him. Jesus was busy getting involved, looking for the ball, hustling the centre-backs and everything like that. But I'll be honest with you, I think he should have scored that chance. I don't think it was that hard a chance. He just needed a little lift, and it would have got past the keeper because the keeper had to keep his feet on the ground. So I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was decent today. Jesus, excellent. The striker that never looks like scoring. It's what we've got, and he will score goals. But, bro, if you want him to score goals, then start Hutchinson. Like, Hutchinson created chances for him. My guess is the manager finds it easier to tell Shy Hutchinson he's not playing. Yeah, but how's he saying that ahead of Ndoye? It's not like Ndoye's some Hollywood footballer. I just don't get it. I just think there's beef with the whole this is Edu's boy backstage, something or other is going on. I will get to the bottom of it. Anyway, let's see what you lot gave Jesus. You lot gave him a 5.1. And then let's go on to I can't even remember the subs. Oh, it was Hutchinson. Let's start with Hutchinson. Let's start with a little positivity, man. He was outstanding when he came on. I thought he changed the second half. We suddenly had someone who was scaring the opposition, forcing the opposition back. That's why we were able to keep better possession of the ball. And he created chances. Now, did he fade off a little bit? Yes. But the guy's not getting regular game time. He's not. If he had been given a run now of 3 or 4 Premier League games, man, he's into his flow, he's comfortable and everything else. I thought he stood out like a sore thumb today. He was in a good way. He was brilliant. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. I'll tell you this now. If he doesn't start against Wolves, I'm kicking off. There's no excuse not to start him. Ndoye's just been stinker and hooked at half-time. So what are we doing here? There's no more excuses. Now, did he fade a bit? Yes. Some of his crosses were a little low. Hit the first man a couple of times. But the intent was there to drive at the fullback, force him back. He had good link up with Gibbs White. Yeah, he played well with Gibbs White as well. And he would win the ball back quite high up a few times as well. He's actually quite good on a high press. So I'm giving him an 8. If he doesn't start against Wolves, then so help me God. You guys went 7.4 with him. He came on with Hudson-Odoi. I don't think Hudson-Odoi was very good. In fact, you know what I would have done? I would have actually switched the wingers. I would have put Hutchinson on the left-hand side up against Wafer Thin. He would have maybe got him a second yellow. Because I don't know what Callum Hudson-Odoi is doing sometimes on that pitch. It just always feels like to me his default setting is I want to cut in, and if I can somehow manufacture the angle, I'm going for a finesse shot. And he took his man on. I probably can remember 2 times. But I don't know about Callum Hudson-Odoi anymore. I don't know. Like there's been, because he's come from Chelsea, because he's played for England, won a Champions League and everything, I sometimes feel he gets a free ride. Is he fully fit? I don't know. But is he producing on the pitch? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not really seeing it at the moment. I think he's been out of form since Liverpool last season. Yeah, he's had a couple of little patches here and there, but I haven't seen great form from him. I want to see Hutchinson and Backwell when he's fit playing. Cho has a great season till the injuries. He's not doing a lot since. Yeah, maybe he's not fit. I don't know. Maybe he's not fit. How is Murillo still here? I have no idea, Tommy. I'm gonna give him a 5, 4, 5. I'm probably being way too generous here. You guys have gone 5.4. Ryan Yates then came on as well. I don't really think he impacted the game. I didn't think he was any worse than Sangare, but he didn't improve. Did he? I think he put one cross in. The rest of the passes were pretty much to Milenkovic. I'm just giving him a 5. I mean, that defeat isn't on Ryan Yates. You guys have gone at 4.8 with Yates. And then Callum Mwendo came on. I thought he was crap. I felt like, as I was saying with Jesus, when Callum Mwendo came on, I didn't feel he was part of the game, didn't feel he was involved in the game. I thought he pressed okay. But did he have a chance at all? I can't even remember. Maybe I'm forgetting one. I don't know. I was hoping after his goal midweek he'd come in with a bit of confidence and everything else. But I mean, he got what, 15 minutes? I still can't believe Morato backheeled that. I can't believe he backheeled it. I'll give him, I don't know, 4, whatever. You guys have gone a 4.9 for him. And then finally, James McAtee came on. McAtee. He actually put in a really, really good cross. And that's what I was thinking. Callum Mwendo would have had a chance, but Dunk got a toe to it. I don't know. I don't know. He didn't get long, did he? 5 minutes. I thought he was okay. That cross was really good. Really good. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. You guys gave him a 5. Bit harsh. All right, let's talk about Dyche. Like I didn't like the team selection. I didn't like Ndoye being on there. I didn't like Dominguez on the wing. Okay, Morato, I would have gone with it. So I can't blame Dyche for how crap Morato was. I can blame him for not subbing Murillo last week. Now, he made the subs at halftime, and I saw a lot of you in the watch along saying, fair play to him. He's making the subs at halftime. But if you're making subs at halftime, it's because you got this team selection wrong in the first place. Right, so you can look at it either as a positive or a negative. Fair play, he did make the subs, but the team selection was wrong. There is nothing stopping a manager, by the way, there's no rule in football that says you can't make a sub after 20 minutes. I would say after 20 minutes, Ndoye looks crap, and he could have been hooked then. So I always go back, Marco Silva did it when we played Fulham a couple of years ago. He hooked 3 of them off. Now that I say fair play to, because you've seen your mistake and you've tried to rectify it as quickly as possible. Halftime is like, okay, fine, 1 brownie point for doing that. I don't know what he could have done in the second half extra to get us a goal, because I thought the subs were fine and we did look a bit more balanced. I don't know, man. I don't know what to give him. I don't know what to give him. I am a 5. I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm a 5. One thing I'll say is he should have hooked Morato. Actually, you lose a point for not hooking Morato. So you're going to 4. 4 for me. MGW is holding his back all game, shouldn't have played. He went off with a knee injury. You guys gave him a 5.1. Cool. Okay. That's your lot. I don't know. This one has really annoyed me just because it's killed the momentum as far as I'm concerned. That's what's annoyed me. saving grace is I think West Ham lost to Liverpool, didn't they? So it is what it is. But look, the good thing is there's not too much time until our next match. We got to get straight on with it. I'm going to go get some food and watch this Arsenal-Chelsea game and see what actual proper football looks like. I'm going to send you over to Don Hussam. Just type in there, I don't know, what should we type in there? Fraud. Everyone just type in fraud in there. I will be back tomorrow with a video and Grumpy Old Reds. So we'll see you then. Frustrating day to say the least. Please check out the sponsors, OK Jerseys. Grab your football tops from there for 15 quid. Use code FFTV for 8% off. And make sure you've hit the like and subscribe. See you later. Have a good evening.